Okay, these are the class of problems which are in the category of what I call ratio and proportions. We'll also cover some word problems. You know all of this is stuff. We have talked about all of this. This is just a warm-up we talked about. One is ratio. Well, ratio simply means when I take some proportion. So for example, half can be represented as 2/4, 5/10. There are infinite number of these ratios, right? So what we want to talk about is what is the ratio in this case of 6 ounce to 3 pounds. So here is what you know, these are units. So 1 pound equals 16 ounces. This is something you should know. And by the way, pound is represented by LBS. Okay? So when 1 pound equals 16 ounces, we are looking for a ratio of 6 ounce to 3 pound. You always want to find the ratio of same units. Well, this is 6 ounce and 3 pounds. 1 pound is 16, so this is 16 ounces. So this is, you can actually simplify if you want. You can say 2 goes there, and 2 and 16 becomes 8. 1/8. So the key thing here is two things. One, you should sort of remember that these are 1 pound equals 16 ounce. And second, you always find the ratio of the identical thing. Make sense? Okay, let's look at this problem. We are going to look at this problem where we want to find out what is the ratio of 15 seconds to 3 minutes. Well, once again, you always want to look at same unit before you find the ratio. 15 second to 3 minutes they want. Well, 15 second, 3 minute is 3 times 60. Simplify, don't do anything. 3 goes into 5 times. So this is 5/60, which is 1/12. And there's your answer. Once again, use a scratch paper. Do not try to do all of these things in your head. Some stuff you can do it, but here it's worth writing. Key thing, convert into the same units. I like converting into a unit which is larger to smaller. So 3 minutes into seconds, pounds into ounce. Does that make sense? 2 centimeters are what part of a meter? They're simply asking 2 centimeters are what part of a meter? So we are saying 2 centimeter as 1 meter. Well, how many centimeters are in a meter? Well, you can see meter equal 100 centimeter. Remember, centi means 100. So 2 centimeter is what part of a meter? Well, it is out of 100 centimeter. So I can simply say divided, it's 1/50. Or you could have also written as this is simply 2/100. And by the way, notice these centimeter cancel out. It's simply 2%. Does that make sense? Okay. Some of the other units you should know. We talked about foot equal 12 inches. So for example, if I have said, what is the ratio of 3 inches to 5 feet? Same concept. Keep 3 inches. 1 foot is 12 inches. 5 times 12 equal 3/5 times 12. 3 goes in this 4 times. 1/20. Correct? How many? I'm looking at 12 yard. 1 yard equal to 3 feet. That is 12 times 3 equal 36 feet. Finally, we talked about 1 meter equal 100 centimeter. Well, 1 centimeter, approximately this, equal 10 millimeter. So 1 meter equal 100 centimeter, and each centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So that is equal to times 10 millimeter, which is equal to 1000 millimeter. And which is what you know, milli means 1000. So these are ratio problems. You should be able to nail them. Let's look at a couple of these. other ratio problems. These are called drawing and this and that. They're pretty easy, but you just have to be careful. The ratio of a drawing to this is 1 to 100. So whatever is shown as a 1 in a drawing, in a real life actual, is shown as 100, is actually 100. So 100 gets represented as 1. If a building is 90 feet high, it's a 90 feet. Write down your ratio. Don't skip it. How long would its image be on the blueprint? How long? This is what they want you to find in inches. Make sure these are the same ratios. Well, we know 1 over 100 equal x inches over 90. Now 1 foot equal 12, right? So we have 1 over 100 equal x over 90 times 12. Don't do any multiplication. Multiply both sides by 90 times 12. Multiply this side by 90 times 12. And you get x, and this, by the way, cancels out. This 90, and you know why I'm telling you not to multiply? Because it gets easier if you do it. So x equal 90 times 12 divided by 100. Don't do anything, simply cancel 0 and 0. You're left with 12 times 9 is 108 divided by 10, which is 10.8. We move the decimal. There is your answer. Make sense? Okay, so that's one example. Let's actually do the other example too, which is the same kind here. And I am going to delete all these. Oh man, it takes too long to delete these objects. What's happening? Why is not deleting? I don't understand. Okay. Sorry, buddy. Okay, this is faster. All right, we're done. Sorry about this. It took too long. Let's do this problem on the right. Distance between city and A and B is 45 miles, right? On a map, half inch, 0.5 inch equal 40 is equal to 9 miles. They're asking how many inches represent the distance between two cities when they are 45. Well, this is where you know your stuff. You simply say, Pops, this is 9 times 5. I take 9 miles as half inch. I'm doing 45. 9 goes into 45 5 times. So this has to be 5. What is 5 times 0.5? 5 times 5 is 25, and I got one decimal, 2.5. There you go, 2.5. Got it? Other way you could have done it, and I know you do this. You say 0.5 is equal to 9, 1 is equivalent to 18, 2 equivalent to 36, 3 equivalent to 54, but I want 45, so it has to be between 2 and 3. There you go, 2 and 3. Got it? Okay. One more problem, some more problems on ratios. So these are, you know how to do them. I'm going to teach you the fast way of doing it. Okay. Julio earns 13.54. Shanika earns 15.93. They want you to do it in 12 hours. This is per hour. You see, this is the ratio. They want to see how much more Shanika earns than Julio in 12 hours. One way of doing it, which is long, is 13.54 for Julio times 12, some number. Shanika, 15.93 times 12, some number. And then find that delta. Too long. We are not going to do it this way. Okay? We are going to do fast. Fast way means that you simply say, in 1 hour, Shanik minus Julia, which is like how much more Shanika earns more than Julia, is 15.93 minus 13.54. Let's round it out. Let's call this 16. Let's call this 13.5, approximately $1.5 more. In 1 hour, she earns. So in 12 hours, it's 12.1.5, approximately 18. Notice I moved this up and I moved this down. So this is an overestimate. What's the number close to that? Hold on, we did something wrong. 16 minus 3.5. My bad. You see how I found a mistake? Because none of the answers made sense. So we said there is something wrong. This is good. So here, 16 minus 3.5, my bad, is 2.5. 12 times, this is wrong, 12 times 2.5 is equal to 30. So the number is close to 30. What number do you see is close to 30? There's 27, there's 28. 28 is closer. I'll go with that. Make sense? Okay. One more. This you know how to do it. And we have talked about this problem already. But let's just once again review the fast way of doing it. Read the problem. 206 miles. He leaves 2:30 p.m., drives at the rate of 60. So the right answer will be 206.5 divided by 5. But we are going to change it. We are going to go 210 divided by 60. Cancel 0 and 0. This is approximately 6 times 3 is 18. And then I'm left with 3, which is 0.5. But I know it is slightly more than 3. Okay? 230 plus 3 gives me 530. But I know it is more than 530. It is 6. Got it. Fast. A car uses 12.5 gallons in da-da-da-da-da. How many miles per gallon does the car use? They want you to find how it's a ratio problem. That's it is. What they're saying is that in 12.4 gallon, it consumes 236.5. Miles per gallon, how many miles it will go in 1 gallon? Let's call it X. X equal 236.5 divided by 12.4. Roundabout, let's make 236 approximately 240. Let's make this 12. Notice, I went down 12.4 in the denominator, went down 12, so I decreased it. In 236.5, I went to 240, I increased it. This is going to be an overestimate, but very fast. 12 goes into 24 2 times, there's 0. I'm going to have a number that is close to 20 but less than that. Number close to 20, less than that. You have two candidates. It's not this. It's not this. It is either this or this. Which one do you think it is? It's this one which is closer, right? All right, final problem in the proportions and word problems. This one we did not do, but you'll be surprised at how you'll be able to do this fast. 16 people with a total weight of da-da-da-da-da. What is the average weight each square foot of the floor is supporting? Look, this problem is saying that you have a 20 feet by 32 feet of platform, in which there are total 16 people, but they are asking weight. So ignore the number of people and they are with a weight of 2560 pounds. What they're saying is on a area, you see what they're saying? Average weight each square foot. That means it's an area. So they are saying on a 20 by 30 feet, there are 2560 people, and they want only in 1 foot by 1 foot area. They're asking how much. It's the average weight if it were equally distributed. So this is pounds and this is foot square. Well, essentially this is x equals 2560 divided by 20 times 30. And I want you to learn to simplify, use the simplification. Fast you can do it on paper. This 0 cancels. Let's try 2 goes into 25/6. 2 goes 1 time into 2, left with 5. 2 times 2 is 4, left with 1. 1 and 6 becomes 8, it's 128. So I have 128 over, don't forget there is a 30. So I know the answer is going to be, let's call this 130 over 30. Cancel, cancel. 3 goes into 13 4 times. Somewhere approximately 4 pounds per square foot. Right? Do you see that? How we did it? We first said we are looking an area of 20 by 30. Total weight is 2560. We want per square foot. We did a simplification and we got an answer. Okay, so these ratio and proportion, in this test, there were at least 12 problems. There are 13 problems like this, and you can do all of them. Just to recap, ounces to pound, always same unit. Convert 1 ounce, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. That means 3 pound equals 48. You do that. 15 seconds to 3 minutes. 1 minute equals 60. Simplify that. Do use a scratch paper. Centimeters to meter, 2 centimeter. 1 meter has 100 centimeters, so 2 out of 100, 2%. These are some of the other units we talked about. The one to remember, 1 foot 12 inches, yard equal 3 feet, right? We talked about blueprint drawing. I have a drawing. Whatever, if something is 100, it gets drawn as 1. If it is 90, how much will it be? Well, be careful. Convert that foot into 12 by multiplying by 12, right? 90 times 12. Same thing here. A map. 9 miles is half inch. 18 miles is 1 inch. 36 miles is 2 inches. I'm looking for 45, close to 2.5. Okay. Same thing. We talked about the drawing problem. We did this already. This is a problem. You can do it long way, but do fast estimate. Instead of doing 12 times 13 and 12 times 15 and finding the delta, you simply say 15 for one guy, 13 for other. 15.93 becomes 16. 13.54 becomes 13.5. 16 minus 13.5, 2.5. I made that mistake. But notice when I made the mistake and I could not find the answer, I went back. So 2.5 times 12. 12 times 2, 24. 30, slightly less than 30. There you go. This problem, once again, use estimates. Instead of calculating 206.5 divided by 59, change this to 210, change 59 to 60. 0 cancel, 6 goes into 21, approximately 3.5. Started at 230, goes there, you see? Gasoline problem, miles per gallon. Once again, we are saying miles per gallon. Ratio problem, 236.5 divided by 12.4. Simplify, 236, 240. This 12. 12 goes into 24, 2. Slightly close to 20. 19.1. And this is the problem we didn't talk about. This is called average problem. They have given you a weight, draw a diagram, and they are saying if 20 feet by 32 feet supports 2560, average weight will be supported by this one. Well, it's a problem which you just have to be careful. Do the calculation. Cancel out the 0, you'll get the answer, a good estimate. Okay, so this is a long video, but it's a ratio and proportion, one of the most important topics, and I know you know this. You just have to be careful. Love you.